the one single exercise that so many athletes are missing in their programming, and might be the reason that you're not able to achieve the planche up until now, it's the planche lean. Okay, now the planche lean is such an exercise that most people are just sleeping on, and without any specific reason. It's actually one of the best exercises for planche for multiple reasons, and this is why I'm making literally a full video just about planche lean, so you can understand how to use it the right way, how you can enter it in your programming, okay, in your training session, in your structure, so you will actually gain the most out of it, and basically you will just be able to progress way faster towards the full planche. Now, when I'm talking about planche lean, it's important to understand that this is not a progression by itself. Planche lean isn't something that's between advanced tack to the straddle, or between straddle to the full, or before learning the actual tack planche. It's actually an exercise that you can change according to your level, and even I right now, as someone who is able to do 3 full planche presses and 10 seconds full planche hold, can still benefit from in the workout itself. So we're right now going to cover everything that you need to know about the planche lean, and the first and the most important thing is about the exercise itself. So the planche lean is an exercise which basically you're just doing a planche with your legs on the floor, but every other thing related to the planche, when it comes to the activation, when it comes to the technique, when it comes to the movements, is happening in the exercise. And this is why it's so specific for the planche, because planche lean is basically a planche, but you can adjust the lean to your actual level. So the exercise itself, it's still about shoulder flexion. Okay, shoulder flexion is the main movement in the planche. It's this movement right here that makes you resist to the lean. So when you're actually leaning in the planche and you're about to fall forward, you will have to pull yourself back, push yourself backwards basically, with the shoulder flexion, which is this movement right here about the shoulder, about the anterior deltoid. Then, of course, you will have to do it with protraction. So, protraction, as you probably know, is this movement right here when you're actually pushing yourself away from the floor, making you higher in the planche, making the lever easier, and of course using your serratus anterior to actually gain more strength in the planche. And of course, when you're doing a planche lean, you will have to make sure that you're also protracted. Now, the third thing is, of course, the shoulder depression. So again, just like the protraction, the depression means that you will have to be far with your shoulder from the ear. Okay, so not holding the planche like this, but holding this like this. And when you're actually thinking about all of this movement in planche lean, about shoulder flexion, about protraction, about depression, you will actually be able to benefit from planche lean to the point that it will be just like a regular exercise in the planche, that you can take it to the next level with it. Okay, so just remember all of these cues, and of course, as you are getting stronger in the planche lean, you will have to also think about external rotation. Now, external rotation is basically a different topic that it will be pretty hard to just talk about it right now. If you have a question about it, you can go to the link in the description to my Instagram. You can follow me, ask me questions there. Basically, I will answer all of you guys. So if you haven't checked my Instagram yet, go check it. But external rotation is just about changing the angle of the shoulder, and instead of holding the planche like this with the elbows pointing inward, you want to actually change and rotate your shoulder so your elbow will be directly forward. Okay, and that's really important for the planche. It's pretty about the mastering of the planche. So again, if you have any question about it, just let me know. But when you have all of this in check, when you have the shoulder flexion, when you have protraction, when you have depression, when you have external rotation, while doing the planche lean, basically no one can stop you from achieving the planche in 1 month, 3 months, half a year. So this is about the exercise itself. Now, the planche lean, most of the time people are doing it on the floor with a pronated grip. But right now I want to talk about the grip because that's really important. And you don't have to be fixated about the grip. You can do it on parallettes, you can do it on the floor in pronation, you can do it in supination, you can do it with parallel in supination. There are so many things that you can do with the grip itself. You don't have to be fixated about just one type of grip. And that's really important because if you want to learn a new grip in planche, you already got the full planche and now you want to train it on the floor, or now you want to do it in supination on the parallettes, it's really a great exercise to just do planche lean with the new grip. That's how again you can adjust the lean on your strength, on your confidence that's related to the movement itself. So in the grip itself, don't be only about pronated floor. Okay, this is the one that's the most common when people are doing the planche lean, but you can also do supinated floor, you can do neutral parallettes, and you can also do just, for example, supinated parallettes. Okay, so there are so many things that you can do with the planche lean. Just pick the actual grip that you want to get better at, and instead of just working only on the tack, advanced tack, straddle, full, you can also use the planche lean and adjust the lean to how you actually want to do the exercise. That's really important for the planche lean, and that's what most people are not realizing, okay? Because for example, if right now I have 10 second full planche hold on neutral grip on parallettes and I want to learn the supinated planche, okay? I don't have to just jump into the full planche on supinated or doing it with a bend, for example. I can just do the planche lean in supination and really make sure that I'm thinking about the right activations, about the shoulder flexion, about the protraction, about the shoulder depression, about the external rotation, and then over time I will actually be able to get stronger at it and then achieve the full, which is pretty simple. Now, we talked about the exercise. Now you can understand everything related to it. You know about the grips, but now how do you actually learn how to put it in the program itself? How to use it the right way? And this is when the programming, which is the most important part, comes into play. Programming. Okay, so the first thing that you need to understand is that I don't suggest it to be your first exercise in the session. The first exercise should be the most specific, and if you want to learn the planche, you will have to do the planche, and it will be more specific if you will do it with a bend or you will do it in the progressions when your legs are not on the floor than to do it on planche lean. So don't do it on the first exercise. I will actually write it because it's really important. Not the first exercise. Okay, that's the most important. Now, the second thing that you need to understand is that if you will do planche lean with not enough intensity or with too much intensity, it will not help you. So if you are working on the planche lean for more than 15 seconds in a set, even more than 12 seconds in a set, that's too much, because it's too much intensity. It's too less intensity. It becomes like a volume, and you don't want to get volume because you want to get stronger towards the full planche. You want to increase the intensity. So the second thing is below 15 seconds hold, but if you will do it for just 3 second hold, if you will actually lean so much that you will be able to hold it for just 2 to 3 seconds, it will not benefit you as much. It will feel to you like you're just not really working, and to be honest, it will feel to you like you're just wasting your energy on something that will not really help you, and you will be just more fatigued than that. So you need to make sure that it's below 15 seconds hold, but above 6 to 8 seconds. So basically, you get the point. It should be between 6 to 15 seconds or about 8 to 15 seconds, 8 to 12 seconds. This is where it will actually help you with enough intensity. So you need to lean to the point where it's hard for you to hold it for 8 seconds, hard for you to hold it for 10 seconds. This is the biggest mistake that most people are doing in the planche lean. Most of the time they are just holding it for just a 3-4 second, or they're holding it for 15 seconds plus, and this is why this exercise isn't helping them. So make sure you're actually holding it for the right amount, so it will help you with intensity and volume. So that's not the first exercise, it's the right intensity. And the third exercise is to really make sure that you're not using this exercise just as a, I can say, supplementary exercise, because it's still very specific to the planche. Okay, you need to do it before you're moving on to supplementary exercises, to the handstand push-up or to the dumbbell flies or something like that. You really need to make sure that you're using this exercise specifically to target a weakness. Okay, and when we're talking about weakness, it's, for example, if it's hard for you to do protraction in the planche, make sure that you're using planche lean with perfect protraction that will be hard for you. If what's hard for you in the planche is that you're always falling forward, you need to make sure that you're thinking specifically about shoulder flexion when doing the exercise in the programming. This is how you can take the planche lean and adjust it to your weakness. And when you will do all of this, and we'll just write it down, adjust to your weakness. That's when it really becomes a just a superhuman exercise. Basically, it will help you to progress way faster. And this is why if you're not using planche lean yet, you will have to do it. Okay, now of course there is no secrets here. If you currently can't progress right now at the way that you want in the planche, then yes, starting to using planche lean might help you, but it's not like a secret magic exercise that will make you gain everything that you truly want. So if you currently feel like you're not progressing as much in the planche and you want to progress faster, you can go to the first link in the description, book a call with me, and we can see if you can fit into my one-on-one coaching. This is basically only for those who are truly serious about it and truly want to get better at calisthenics. If you currently want to get better at the planche at the front level, you don't know how to do it, you still don't know how to use planche lean or any other exercise, I can help you do it just like I've done with many of my students right now, over 30. So if you're feeling kind of lost, just book a call and see if you can fit. That's basically it for this video. I hope you find it helpful. If you want to get more knowledge about calisthenics, you can always follow me on Instagram and subscribe to this channel, like this video so it will reach more people and you will actually gain more knowledge by looking at most of my videos. And that's pretty much it. Please let me know down below in the comments if you're actually using planche lean, and if yes, how do you use it in your programming. That's pretty much it, and I will see you in the next video.